Ethan's coming in the room.
She wanted to take this one.
Yay! Bye, Ethan. Okay, here we go on YouTube. Here we go. Hopefully in a second. Here we go. Hi, everybody.
Hi, guys.
I'm Kiersten from Lambie's Nursery, and this is
Chelsea from Pumpkin Sparkles Babies.
Yeah, and we're doing our podcast. Like we've been doing a lot lately.
What episode is this?
I'm going to say 4, but I can't count.
I think it might be 5.
Probably.
Yeah, if it's either 4 or 5, so welcome. I really hope you guys are liking it. Yeah.
I think my mom is.
That's good. That is good. Yeah, and yeah, I've gotten a few comments definitely about the mental health one too, and it's been good. I think that you still have the dog's fur.
Yeah,
I just got to meet Ellie, and she's the most beautiful, cutest dog I've ever seen. And Kiersten is now pulling dog hair out of her lip gloss, I'm assuming, or just her mouth. So yeah, when we clean in here, the cat's fur just like goes in the air, and sometimes you can accidentally like eat it. And yeah,
I like his fur. Huskies a lot. I just have tumbleweeds from Nova because he sheds the most.
Oh,
right now.
That when candy corn, when we brush candy corn, she Skittles eats her fur.
Yeah, Ellie has been eating Nova's fur, like, as he's shedding and clumps will come off him. She is going up to, like, his butt where it's shedding and is just like, chomp, don't eat that.
They're helping.
And Nova doesn't care at all.
So, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about hunting for dolls.
Yes, like the holy grail of
and
finding that doll.
All the feelings that come with that.
So I know you have a few stories, but you should probably start with the one that made us want to talk about this.
Yes. So first off, we record these in advance. So but as of the time of filming this, I have gotten super into Labubus, which are these cute little keychains. I've got mine right here. This is my real Labubu, but last week, I heard about them. We went to Disney last month, and everybody had them on their bags, and they were all dressed for Disney. And I was like, that is the funnest, cutest thing in the world, and I need one.
Yeah.
And then I found out how hard they are to get. People will spend weeks on the website trying to get them and not get them. So I was like, well, I'm just going to wait till I see one in a store. And we went to the mall last week on a date, and I saw a box and was like, there they are! I'm so lucky I got one. I got scammed. I spent $45, and they're $30 from the website. I spent $45 on a fake.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Do you think the reason why you wanted it is because they're hard to find?
For me, no. I think why I wanted them so much is, one, I saw everybody dressing them up.
Yeah.
I've been wanting something little. Like, I've been playing around with the ball jointed dolls a lot, but they're also hard for me to take on all my adventures.
Right.
They have the keychain on their head, so I just clip it to the bag and go.
Perfect. And also the ball jointed dolls are often really expensive too. And
This is $30. I'm okay. If she gets a stain, it's not the end of the world to me.
Right.
Ball jointed stain, I'm gonna cry.
Yes, I totally agree. And so then you went out, I think the same night, and got a real one, right?
Yeah. I went on their website and no, I didn't. I went on Macari and I found somebody who was selling their duplicate, and I checked everything to make sure it was authentic. And it was. That's this cutie.
So cute. And then I said, oh my gosh, I've seen these and I've always wanted to have one. Just offhand said it. And then Kiersten went on a hunt for one, and it was a lot.
I think because on their website, how you buy a lot of them is it's like this mini game, and you click until you find all the boxes are grayed out. So you're clicking until you see a box that's not grayed out, and you click it as fast as you can. And that's how you get it, except my everything kept glitching out. The app's glitching
Oh
out, the internet.
gosh.
So I spent 5 hours trying to get one. And finally, I was just so tired with my own internet. We drove to the next town at Hofer. And the moment we get into the outskirts of town, I get a box, I click it, and I buy it immediately. But yeah, I spent 5 hours trying to get you one.
And I am so excited and grateful. And we did a trade. So I'm not just taking it and not valuing the time that you put into it because that's crazy. I would have given up. There's no chance that I would have done that. So I really appreciate it. I'm really excited to have one.
Day before, I'd been on the website, and it only took me a couple hours, and I was able to get a couple. Yeah, I was able to get three, two for me, one for another friend. And so I
That's
had all the confidence when I was doing it for you. I was
great.
like, yesterday didn't suck.
Yeah, and you said that you thought there was a lot of bots that were buying them too. Is that what you said?
People have been theorizing. So for sneakers, like,
Mhm.
fancy shoes,
Yeah,
they have those big drops, and I guess there's all these bots, resellers
yeah.
to get stuff for them. And people are thinking that because Labubus, authentic Labubus, are showing up in these resale sneaker stores. So people are the
Yeah,
bots. They're
that
using
makes sense.
sneaker bots to get the
Yeah,
Labubus.
yeah. Well, I mean, that really put into focus for me like how my husband did the same thing trying to get the new Xbox. Was it the Xbox? I think then you had to. I don't know. I listen. I'm not gonna even pretend like I know what it is, but I know that he had to go on the website and it was like and he missed it again or he missed it again because he had alerts and stuff.
Yeah.
And then just one day he was able to get it, and it was really. But it took him a while.
Yeah, yeah. I think you mean the PlayStation 5. Those were impossible to find. We
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
had one.
I don't know. Nintendo. I don't know.
You're
Sega. You play video games. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's the same idea. And I do think that when something is rare or hard to find, that really makes me get that dopamine hit. And man, I search for it, and I will admit that there are things that I want because it's hard to get,
Yeah.
like the number one girl of today. I
Yeah.
don't think she's particularly beautiful. I don't, I think it was definitely like a a test run of what they were doing, but she's so rare
Yeah.
that you never see.
And it's
Um,
nice something rare.
and if you do see one, it's like priced. I mean, way too high in my opinion. But
Yeah.
anyway, number one, and then like I think is it number 11? I
I
think they're
think
on the same ones. Any of the non like white skin, blue eye, anything like the Asian ones. It's like I
oh,
think
number four. She's the
yeah,
only face sculpt
yeah.
of her kind. Once I found her at a thrift store for $5. She was or not $5, like $20, new in box.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's what I was screaming as I was buying her.
Yes, I have four, and she's beautiful. And I dressed her in the pink legging with the white shirt outfit, which makes me so happy. In the hat, like Blossom, love her. I was able to do that with a number two. I saw her for sale, and I think I already told you the story, but the person who was selling it did not know what she had because she only listed it for like $75, and I was like, yep. And I took it, and I even was kind of wondering. I was like, maybe it's not two, but yes, it is. It has a darker skin, and I mean, like, dang, I was so happy about that, and she was in perfect condition too.
That's
So
amazing.
when you're hunting for stuff, sometimes it's just best to like hope that you're going to get somebody who doesn't know what they have.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And so it
Especially
really
like
is annoying when you go to a thrift store and they have American Girl dolls listed for like $50, $55. I'm like, stop
and
it.
she looks like it's the ones they have as expensive are always the ones that look like they went through a fire.
Absolutely. And they've got stains on them. They are wearing some weird contraption that a 3-year-old put together. Like you didn't, it's a marker on their face, and they're like, yeah, $50. I'm like, this is literally, what? And they don't really even know like the difference between like an Elizabeth or like, just like you. one that just came out, right? They're both $50.
Yeah, they'll be like, "This is Samantha," and
Yeah,
it's Elizabeth.
yeah, yeah. Well, you remember when I said that this is Molly, and you're like, nope, that's Samantha. This is when I was first learning about it. And you're
Yeah.
like, Molly has gray eyes, Samantha has brown eyes. I was like, oh yeah. But yeah, so if you're on Mercari or eBay, and if you do your research and you know what you're looking for, sometimes you can really score on people that are just cleaning out stuff, and they might say it is a whatever, and you know by the pictures that it's something else.
Yeah, that's how I've gotten so many of my American Girl dolls is doing that or going to thrift stores and yard sales.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yard sales. I need to do that more. I
Yeah,
really do.
it's hard to remember, like,
Yeah.
because I'm like, on Friday night, I'll be like, I'm gonna go yard sailing, and then I don't wake up till 12 and all the yard sales are done.
Yeah. Yeah. I was able to get a 1940s Christie doll at a yard sale, and she's really cute. And a 1920s bedroom doll, which is the creepiest thing ever.
Yeah,
And wow, she's creepy. But still, from 1920s, it's really cool. I like it. So,
my best yard sale find has been an Ashton Drake doll I got for $1.
really? Like a baby doll?
Yeah,
Wow. Do you still have her?
yeah.
That's awesome. For $1?
Yeah,
That's really good.
'cause I picked her up and it was just a yard sale I walked to, like by my house. And the lady was like, "Why do you even want her? You're an adult." I'm gonna take her and run.
Yeah.
Don't tell me how
Before
much you want for her.
right, before you realize what you just sold to me. Yes, yes, yes. Or like Facebook Marketplace too. I hate it when people though like go and tell the seller like that they could have gotten more for what they sold it to, and then they end up canceling. That's the worst. I hate that. And as a seller, I would never do that ever.
No, like it's my bad. I didn't do my research. But I think so many collectors who do that, I've seen when they post their screenshots of doing it, a lot of them come off really, really rude.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
when you do that, being gentle and nice to strangers is best, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I agree. Yeah. I think people that cancel to get more, I don't know. I don't like that. And if someone cancels on me in that way, then I just block them because that's not a good
No,
seller. But I mean, there's a difference between like, I mean, I don't really even know. I guess if they don't know what it is and they're selling it, I guess bad on them. I mean, I don't know. I always look on Macari to see what something sold for.
yeah, yeah, same.
And we were just talking about this. Those Franklin Mint dolls. Um, I think that the average price that they've probably sold on Macari, maybe like 100,
Yeah,
maybe the
yeah.
average price they got. I bought mine for 40, but like but I've also bought ones for like 120, something like that. But there are legit people trying to get $800 for one that doesn't even look good.
Well, my mom, when I got the Princess Diana from my friend, my mom saw her and she was like, "Oh my gosh, you cannot take her out of the box. I remember when they were selling her and she's gonna be worth thousands." I'm like, "Mom, it's been years since she was sold, and she's about $100 right now."
Yeah. But yeah, I know. And I really thought they were going to be worth lots of money too when I saw them. But yours was like mint condition. They were, and that's different because I haven't seen that. I was able to get Scarlet. And when I tell you I've wanted Scarlet since I started collecting them, she's been my holy grail doll, right? So I've had alerts on Macari. eBay, I couldn't even really go on because she was always so expensive.
Yeah.
I've seen her be listed for upwards of $700 without the box.
Oh my God.
And so literally one day I got an alert and it was a new in-box Scarlet for like $75. And I was like, ah! I was like, don't mind if I do. Seriously, she's never been removed from the box. She is stunning.
She's
Stunning. And I'm
amazing.
so excited about that. So
So our trade is a rose and a Jackie, and I was swiping through pictures to show Ethan what I'm talking about because he's like, "What are you talking about?" And I saw the Scarlet and was just in awe for like a few minutes and had to stare at her. You got a real pretty one.
and I did repaint her, so I do take some of the credit for her being so
That's true.
pretty.
That's
But
true.
still, she is, I mean, just the detail put in her dress and stuff. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. I I would probably get another one of her too if I could because she's just stunning.
Yeah.
But so if you're looking for something like something that you really want, Kiersten was the one who told me to do this in the beginning because I had no idea. But you can set up alerts on eBay and on Mercari, and when things get posted, you get alerts, and so you can be like one of the first people to buy it or offer something for it. I usually don't do that because sometimes they won't even look at it, and then someone will just swoop in and buy it. But
Yeah.
if there's something that you're looking for, like I'm looking for American Girl of Today #5.
Yeah.
Is it #5 I'm looking for? Wait a minute.
I don't know.
Yes, I think it is #5. Yeah, I think so. Because I have like a line of them, and I have 6. Anyway, it's beside the point. And so I say to myself, like, I'm not looking for anything else other than 5 because I will get distracted, and all of a sudden I've got like 6 Felicities, and that is not what I wanted. So yeah,
Yeah.
are you looking for anything right now?
What?
Hmm? I said, are you looking for anything right now?
Oh gosh, no. Especially no, because so another way you can get the Labubus is they drop them on TikTok Live. And the newest ones they came out with in April of this year, they were releasing them like crazy on TikTok Live, and I just stumbled upon it and I accidentally bought two. Don't know how they ended up in my car.
Accidentally. Yeah, I know. That happens to me all the time on American Girl. Like I accidentally bought Elsa. Remember that? She's fell in my cart and then I pressed buy. Yes.
They're buying
I know.
two. I'm like, I need to slow down.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, still, that's great. That I mean, yeah. I get very scared about TikTok lives, but
Oh
I'm
no, I do
probably
too, but these are so hard to find that I'm like, I'm
yeah.
gonna take the chance.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited to have one. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie. And it's like even more exciting that they are hard to find. I like having them. So I gotta get clothes now though. We gotta dress them up.
I finished the little necklace I made for you
Oh,
with love.
cute. That and you were saying what was the clothes that fit them? I can't remember.
Um, I look up or I Google 17-centimeter doll clothes.
Oh,
They're about
yeah.
17 centimeters, but
Okay.
you can get them Barbie clothes. I've seen people make them clothes from socks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
fun.
Allie is getting into sewing and she's really good because she's so like
Yeah.
detail oriented. So I'm gonna teach her how to use a sewing machine, and I bet she can make some clothes.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that would
that'd
be
be a
cool.
good starter.
And I think they're small enough that you could hand sew some of it too. So
That's what I've
that's
been
cool.
thinking about doing is sewing some little pants for them or a skirt.
Pants are like,
Yeah,
girl, I was so proud of those pants. It took
I
so
love
long.
her. I've got Ellie the doll. She's up on our shelf above the TV now in a special spot.
That's perfect.
She's Ethan's
For
favorite.
whatever reason, my brain does not. It just like it does. It's very difficult for me to figure out instructions, and I have to really like read it out loud. And then I usually have to check with Josh. And Josh, listen, if he ever didn't want to do technology and work in what he works, he could be a great person that makes clothes. He's a great sewer. He
Yeah,
really is. And he can read patterns really well. And I can't. He
awesome.
actually like had to make a grid for me today. When I'm drawing, I don't understand it and it makes me feel so dumb and which is like so when you're transferring a drawing you want to get the proportions correct
Yeah.
because if you're freehanding or tracing or whatever it's something even if it's like a tiny thing that's off it'll look weird. So the grid I'm going to show you this is what I'm working on right now, but I'm still working on the picture of Jack and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it and it was just like the nose was just like a tad too anyway. Yeah, and that's how some artists transfer their image is through a grid, but I've always not done it because it's something will happen and the whole image is like over to the left. And you're like, I'm so stupid. That's what it feels like.
You're not. Everybody's brain just works differently.
Yeah, my brain does not work in logic.
And mine doesn't work in numbers. That's why I thought this was episode 4.
Yes. We don't know what episode we're on. We're just having fun. I hope that we'll continue this too. I know we were saying for the summer, but it's been fun. I really enjoy seeing you on a regular basis
Yeah, it's fun.
and you know, catching up and seeing what you're doing. I love talking American Girl dolls with you. That's my will forever be my favorite thing to do. And yeah, I think really fast though, I think that we should talk about reborn dolls and hunting for those because
Yeah,
I
that's
think that
what I was
that
about to
is
say.
what's that?
That's what was about to say. That's why I have
Oh
pictures.
yeah, yeah. And you also had a story you were going to tell.
Oh, I did. It was about the TikTok live.
Oh, got it. Okay. Tell me a reborn doll story.
Because once upon a time, I saw reborn dolls on YouTube. And I thought
Yes.
they were the coolest thing in the world. But it's once again, it was like the Labubus, where you can't just go into a store and get an authentic one you want. And that was so frustrating to me then because I'd never ever tried to collect anything you couldn't just go get at a store
Right.
and name. So I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was looking up. And I just went onto eBay, typed in reborn doll, sorted by price. And the first one I liked in my budget, no, I didn't even like her. That's all
Nice.
I say. But I was like, you're in my budget. And I bought her. I never featured her on my channel.
And who was it? What was it?
I couldn't even tell you. I don't remember her kit.
Okay.
I remember she had purple eyes and black hair.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, you got a reborn doll.
yeah. And I was like, well, oh, and she was grumpy looking.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah. So you know me, I don't like the grumpy babies very much. So I was like, I really love the idea of you, but I
Yeah.
hate you.
Yeah. I understand totally.
Few months with her. And then I see all these people with reborns that I actually love, and I'm like, someone tell me how to get what I love.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
someone told me Paisley's artist, and I was like, bet. And I went on eBay, and me and Ethan are at a food court in the mall. I'm showing him all the pictures that this lady has for sale, all the dolls she has for
Mhm.
sale. And I just see Paisley, and I'm like, this is the one, the smiley baby, everything to me. He's like, that's $500. And I make adult money now. Bye.
Yeah. That's pretty low for a full, yeah. And
Yeah,
she's so cute and that face is so cute.
she's perfect.
I wish they made I wish they made kits like they used to.
I know, I know.
But yeah. Um yeah, and then so I think I can totally relate because when I was looking on Instagram and I saw the Blythe dolls, I was like, where do I get this doll? Like, how do I buy this doll? And but for me, I'm always like, how do I make this doll? Because I
Yeah.
want one. Even when I first saw Reborn dolls, I was like, oh, I think I bought an Ashton Drake one, the one that with like the heart or like the breathing mechanism thing. It was really cute, but I was still blown away by the like really realistic ones as most people are, and I literally was just like, I'm just gonna try to do this
Yeah.
because I wanted one, and it didn't really matter like what it because the first doll I made looked like it looked like the first doll I ever made. And I loved that thing. Like I was so proud of it. And I still am proud of it because it, you know, it got me to where I am here. But, you know, yeah. But the learning curve of trying to make them is very comparable to hunting for, you know, because you're trying to figure out how to do this. A lot of artists don't share like how to do it. And I went on, I think that was I don't remember her name. And if you go on the internet like how to paint a reborn, whatever, I think she's one of the first one that pops up and she's great at teaching. But man, it was a lot. It was a
It's
lot. It still is a lot.
huge. There's so much to learn on it. So that was really
Right.
daunting to me to even want to begin to learn.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was explaining stuff to you too, like it and I and it, here's the thing is I remember feeling that way when they're like, oh yeah, you just pluck the stuff out of the sponge, and I'm like, why? What? And that to me seems so overwhelming. And but because I've been doing it for 7 years, it's like you literally just do this. It's not that big of a deal. And like having like the freedom to like be at a store and be like, oh, I wonder how that would look
Yeah.
on a doll, rather than having like this. I thought there was like the actual instructions that everyone follows to
Yeah.
do it. And it's not. It's everyone does it differently.
Yeah. But I think it's also a matter of knowing your learning style for something like this. Because for me, I know for whatever reason, most YouTube tutorials will never work for me. They just don't
Mhm.
soak into my brain.
Mhm.
I needed someone over my shoulder to
Yeah.
be like, this is what you do. So I'm
Yeah.
so thankful that you were able to do that for me.
Me too. And I'm much better at teaching when I can demonstrate.
When you don't have a broken ankle.
Yeah, God. I really wanted to take care of you, and you ended up taking care of me. It was terrible. I felt so bad.
Well,
That
not a-
was, gosh, that was awful. But I was so grateful that you traveled all that way, slept on the airport floor,
yeah,
even
well,
managed to
done
stay
that a
awake
few times.
a little bit.
The military teaches you how to be good at sleeping at airport floors.
Yes. But were you able to like take what I had taught you? Like, do you still have that, or
Yeah.
like have you adjusted things that you do instead, or
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's a mix of both, but I definitely needed someone over my shoulder to be like, this is the basics.
Yeah, and there is like
Yeah.
a basic thing like in my tutorials, and I've definitely changed my tutorials and to make them more a lot easier to understand, because now I will follow them step by step, and if or I'll have Jack or Allie read it, and if they don't understand it, then I have to explain it a little bit better. But yeah, I really things have changed. There are the basics where you wash the kit, you neutralize it, and then you start with basic flesh tones and stuff like that. It's the same with drawing. I mean, I'm in the process now of learning how to make realistic drawings, which is around the same thing with learning how to do Reborn. So I do tutorials, I take classes, I've had critiques, and usually the same like
Yeah.
system. It's like first couple, and everyone does it differently. Some people start with the light, some people start with the dark. Some people I know with the Reborns start with creases, and
Wow.
that blows my mind. Or they start with but I can see why. And it's interesting. I have a mini Reborn that I'm working on. It's the wee mouse, and because I have all the tiny stuff because of the Frank limit, I was like, I wonder if I could apply this to Reborns, because I never had so many tiny paintbrushes in my life. So, but I'm doing it with air dry, and we'll see how that works. Because remember when I melted my last one? That was fun. The
Yeah.
tiny Reborn. Oh my gosh, that was sad. But
Sorry,
yeah,
that's good. But can I tell you one last story?
yes,
Think
please.
I got this prop all the way from downstairs while you waited for me. But my very first hunting experience was not a dog. It was my little
Oh,
Tamagotchi. Not this one specifically, but
uh-huh.
the Tamagotchi craze started when I was in the sixth grade. Well, the second wave of the Tamagotchi craze. The
Yeah.
first one was probably when you were in school and I was,
Yes. Yes. And I never kept them alive, and it was very sad.
but everybody in school had some. And my
Yeah.
dad was about to deploy to the Middle East. So he was in training in Texas. And I guess he went to every single store he could find in Texas in his off time to find me one. And
Oh,
I should have brought it instead of this one. I should have brought the one he found me. But it had Hawaiian flowers on it because I was born in Hawaii. So he's like, "This is Kiersten." I know it was the sweetest thing, but I spent months begging my parents and just having so much. I need this. This will fix all my childhood problems.
yeah.
I just have this little toy. And that, I don't know, that whole hunt, that whole feeling, it's what it feels like is being back in the sixth grade, being like, this is everything.
Yeah.
The coolest thing in the world.
I totally understand. And for me, that's like the Titanic posters and like, even drawing stuff. But no, I totally understand. I probably the American Girl dolls, because there's definitely, I think, I graduated from high school in 2002. So I know that like those Girl of Today were like, some of them are even coming out like at the early 2000s. So I mean, I wouldn't be collecting dolls at that point. I definitely would want to. I mean, I definitely saw the catalog and stuff, but so it's pretty much like anything that I would have wanted then I have now, and it brings me such joy. It really does. And I love it, and I love this is what I truly love, besides my children screaming in the background. My next door neighbor is a doll artist as well. She does Monster High dolls, and I love seeing her creations. And she's a teenager, so she watches YouTube tutorials and stuff like that. But she called me the other day asking if I had brown doll hair, and I'm like, oh yeah, come over and look at all my stuff. And I was like, how cool is it
Yeah.
that she has somebody that, like, I do this for a living. I have so many dolls, so many art crafts, so many stuff that she can come over and use. I loved that, and that made me happy. And they see that I collect dolls. It's not weird. They can collect dolls for as long as they want to. It doesn't make you like, you know, insane or whatever it is that people do. But I'm showing them that I'm not, I really like this, and I'm leaning into it, and I don't care what other people think. So,
Yeah.
it's good when you can do that. And my husband is wonderful because he lets me turn the entire living room into a doll display. But speaking of which, you need to come over and see all my Samanthas.
Yeah. And you need to come over and just see
Your
my
house.
dog
Yes.
and my dog.
I know, I really do. I will plan a trip out there. We will. I mean, maybe one day we'll end up moving there. Who knows?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, into your house.
oh, if you did come out, I'd probably be like, no, you can't look at my dolls. We got to go to San Francisco.
I know. I'll just take one with me. And you're like, these are all the ones you made. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, I think that was a good conversation.
And thank you everybody for being here. I'm gonna hit the end button, but
We'll see you guys next time, and I hope we gave you some good tips.
that is the wrong end button. Oh my gosh.
It's all right, we'll figure this out one day.
I forget how many seconds. I did the math. I forget how many seconds until it like does it correctly.
Probably like 25. We think it's like 5.
Sure. We're probably good. So goodbye.